Hi,
Hello,
Peter. How
Scott.
are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Very well. All the better for seeing your wonderful film on Friday, which was a joyous experience. So thank you very much.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That means a lot. Thank you.
I did just tell Joe that I did cry a bit, and I had my mask on, so it wasn't a pretty look, but it is the times that we're in these days. So it's all
Uh,
good.
it
Um,
wasn't going to have a happy ending.
Indeed, indeed. Take me back to when you did this in the 120 seats theater with Haley and doing it, and then stepping into it in the movie. Did you anticipate that it would have the kind of life, this new life with Cyrano that you've had to it now?
No, I've stopped anticipating anything a long time ago because I'm always so surprised what life will give you, and if you think something is going to happen, then you set yourself up for disappointment. Um, that sounds bleak, but it's truly it's like a healthier way of living. And serendipitously, Joe came to the stage version of the show to support his partner Haley Bennett, who plays Roxanne. And in doing so, he ended up falling in love with Erica's production and our me and Haley, our performances. So he was inspired to want to make it into a film because I think it lent itself to that already. Because Erica Schmidt, our adapter and screenwriter and original director of the stage production, is a very cinematic style to her storytelling. Visually, it's always very arresting, and I think Joe was completely inspired by that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling Joe as well. My entry point into Cyrano was Roxanne because I'm a huge Steve Martin fan, and
Yeah,
it
it's a
said
great
something
movie.
about the yeah, it's one that's such a wonderful film. I actually watched it the night I saw Cyrano on Friday afternoon, and then went home and watched Roxanne. So good double bill. It says something about the material though that it's been able to have all of these different interpretations. So when you came into it, did you immediately see something different that hadn't been done before, and that you could bring as a performer bring to it something different than everybody else has done before?
Yeah, I mean, I hope to bring something different. I mean, what Erica did was she did something radically different, and she got rid of the nose,
Hmm.
which everybody knows Cyrano because of the nose. So if you get rid of the nose, what are you left with? You're basically left with the universal story of everybody feeling unworthy of being loved, and that's Cyrano's issue. I mean, he's brave in so many other aspects of his life, except with this, and he's terrified of not having his love returned to him by Roxanne. And in the original, it's all about because it's all sort of they blame the nose,
Hmm.
and my size is not a substitute for the nose. It just happened to be that I really put the pressure on for the part because I just really wanted to play the part. But she didn't write the part for me originally. She just wanted to open it up and make it more universally that universal feeling for everyone. And I just happened to play the part.
Yeah, there's a wonderful intimacy that comes from it with you guys singing live, because in a lot of musicals over the years, you make your acting decisions months before, and you have to then sing back to a backing track that's playing over the top of it. Does that
Yeah.
help you with that? Because it certainly comes across on the screen that there's a real kind of
Singing,
intimacy there.
singing live. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I can't imagine doing it any other way. It would feel like lip syncing, like an old cheesy music video. I don't think I can get through any of the love songs if I was syncing it. We'd probably end up laughing. Haley and I and Kelvin would just be giggling too much to get anything done that day. But singing live, you're really connecting with the other actor that you're singing with, or if you're singing alone, the quiet intimacy that you can modulate in terms of like anything else. Not singing, you control the performance of it.
yeah.
And if you pre-record or do it later, it sort of feels, for me, it would feel a bit more tacked on, especially with something that's so emotionally charged as this piece.
Yeah, and forgive me for asking this. I'm sure people have asked this, but tis Christmas season, and obviously the rewatches of Elf will come out. I'm sure around
Oh
the world.
yeah, very
Have you
popular
have you been
with the kids.
have you been surprised as to how the legacy of that film has continued now? Because well, I remember seeing it for the first time and thinking Will Ferrell and Elf. I'm not too sure, but now it's like it's a staple of Christmas time for people to sit and watch that film.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I mean it's John Favreau such an incredible, our director did such an incredible job, and Will Ferrell is just that's kind of like Christian. It's just a character that's all heart and
Mm,
all well intended, and just kind. And how rare is that to see the kindest character in a film? We're used to all these cynical characters, especially in American cinema, and shoot 'em ups and all that. And it's just a movie that you could completely enjoy with the whole family. And I'm so proud of that film. I'm in it for very little at the end of the film, so I can say it's a great film, because it's not about me. It's about Will Ferrell and that rest of that cast. And yeah, they just did a really beautiful job with it.
Thank you so much for your time. It's an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. All right, be well.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey,